Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to be learning an origami fold so that we can create these beautiful origami poinsettias. The first thing you're going to do is fold your paper in half, corner to corner. And then you're going to open it back up, and that will give you a nice center line. We're going to take the bottom edge and bring it in to the center line, and I have to use my finger to keep it from going too far, so sometimes I put my finger here to stop it because it kind of wants to go further than that. And then the same thing on this side. You're going to take this bottom edge and fold it in so that it lines up with the center line. So I'm going to fold that in, keep it from going too far, and then when you're done you should have the shape of a kite, and that's why we call this the kite fold. Okay, so that's one. Now, in order to create the poinsettia, you're going to need 8 of these, okay? So Mrs. Walker has folded, I've folded ahead 8 of the red ones, because I'm going to do a red poinsettia, and I've also folded 8 of the green ones. You're going to need 8 green ones for the leaves of your poinsettia, and you're going to need 8, and you get to choose on your flower. Do you want your flower to be white, red, or pink? Because they come in those 3 colors, okay? And your leaves, I might or might not have different colors of green. I just happen to have 2 different colors of green here, but depending on which school I'm at and what supplies I have, that's going to be optional. And then if you have extra time after you've done your 8 leaves and you've glued them down, and you've done your 8 flower petals and glued them down, I do have some smaller squares where you can make another color and put it in the center, and I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. Okay, so to get started, after you've done your folds, you're going to take a piece of black paper, Mrs. Walker will give it to you, and you're going to fold it in half, and we're going to do it just like we've been folding these. We're going to fold it diagonally, corner to corner first. That'll make a line going across like that. Then we're going to open it up, and we're going to fold it the other corners, corner to corner, so that it makes an X right across our paper. I open this up, see that? I've got my X. Okay, now I'm going to fold it like a book. I'm going to fold it up like this, in half like a book. That's the book fold, and open it up, and that gives me a line going across the middle. And then I'm going to fold it in half this way, like a book. So I should have the letter T, right? Because it's going to go up and across. Let me just let that focus again. It looks like it's a little bit blurry. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to turn it at an angle. Oh, that's hard to see, isn't it? There. You can see my X and the T, so I folded it all the directions that I could in half, right? Now these are going to guide us right here. Okay, each one of these sections, we're going to put one of our leaves in each of those sections, okay? And you can fit 8 leaves in here. Each one will fit in its own little triangle. When you put your glue on, you're going to put it on the back, on the flaps of the kite for the leaves. So it's going to be face down like this. Each one will get glued into its own spot, like so. And they should fit just right, because you've got 8 of them and you've got 8 sections, okay? Now, if you want to do a different leaf design, you could do that one, or I tried this one too, and I thought this would be something that you could try. If you would like your leaves to be further out, I took 2 leaves together and I put them right up where this line, so this is the fold line right here. I just lined them up with the fold line out in the middle here, and then I turned it and I put 2 right here, 2 right here, and 2 right here. So you could do either one of these arrangements with your leaves. And I'm going to pause this while I glue these down. So okay, I'm back, and I just have one more to glue, and I wanted to show you. I'm putting the glue on the flaps for the leaves so that they're going to be facing down like this. And then when I do my flowers, I'm going to put the glue on the back side and leave the flaps open like this. So I'm going to do this one right now. I'm going to put the glue back here, and then always on your flower petals, you're going to line them up with the center point This one I'm going to put right in here. But if I was doing it on this one, I could set it between the flower petals, and that's probably what I would do, is I would put it in between. Or, you can see you'd either put it on the flower petal or in between the flower petals. Okay, and I'll do that with those in a minute here to show you. So it doesn't have to be right on, but it does need to be lined up with the center point. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I glue these down so you don't have to watch me do all 8 of them, but it's pretty much the same thing. You're going to put a little glue on it and then keep your flaps open and up towards the ceiling. Okay, I am back, and I wanted to talk to you about the last step. For those of you that have time, and not everybody will, after you have this part done, I have some smaller squares. You can see this is smaller than this. It's just a little bit smaller square. You can fold more kites, sorry, 8 more kites, and then you can put these, if you want to, you can either set them inside your bigger flower petal, or you can use them in between. You can stick them down to the flower petals like this. So I could put them like this on top and just make it have another layer of flower petals. And I would just glue them down in here. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This is what they look like if you put them on top, like that. And then if you want them inside, you just put a little glue on the back of them, just like you did the other one, and you tuck them down in here, inside each one. And then I would probably open up these petals a little bit more. I would try to make these red ones open a little bit more. If I'm putting them inside, I want these to be more open so you can kind of see them. There. So that's what they look like if you tuck them inside, and the other is what they look like if you don't. And then the very last step, let's come up to Mrs. Walker, and we will put a little dot of glue in the center and add some sparkle to it with the glitter. Okay? And then you're done. We want to take a picture of this for your Artsonia and put it on the drying rack.